I'd like to talk to you about abuse. Now, sadly, so many of you have had to deal with that. You have a physically abusive, sexually abusive, emotionally abusive person in your life. Today, I'm not talking specifically about spouses. I'm talking about spouses, rapists, um, anybody else who abused you in any way. Abuse is about power and control. And while I'm not going to do a full video on that today, I am going to save that for another time. I wanted to let you know what you should and shouldn't do. When your abuser abused you, he or she stole from you power and control. He or she overpowered you either sexually, physically, emotionally. They controlled you. That was not your fault. I want to say it again. I know you've heard people say this for impact. You've seen it on TV, but I need to say it again. It was not your fault. You were controlled. You couldn't help it. I don't care how old you were. I don't care what intellectual level you had. Abusers abuse. They know how to steal your power away from you. But what I am going to say is, when they stole your power from you, when they made you angry, that was on them. That was on them. However, way too many of you give them back more power each and every day. I was recently talking to a couple, and the wife said, "I'm so angry. He did this and he did that, and I'm so angry. He did this. This anger is his fault." And what I like to point out, and again, there's no judgment on this part, but I need you to understand, didn't they already take enough away from you? Don't give them any more power. When you ruminate over the injury, when you just ponder it in your head and you continue to go over, you think about it again and again, you hate, you're angry, you're in an ugly mood, or you don't let yourself love other people, whatever the consequences are. When they hurt you, shame on them. They stole your power and control. But when you give them brain space, when you let them control you days and weeks and months and years and sometimes decades later, that's on you. Oh, now hold on. You don't want me to, you've never been there. Hold on. What I'd like to do is convey this picture of this puppet. There's a puppet on a string. And in my anger management classes, I will often get people to say, "Well, I wouldn't have been angry if he or she wouldn't have done X or Y or Z. And every time they do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, it makes me mad. They need to stop, blah, 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 fill in the blank." And I said, really? Really, they have that much control? You're like a little puppet on a string. Dance, puppet, dance. And so whenever they move the strings of the puppet, you dance. They push your button, you get angry. They say a certain word, you go. You think about an abuser, and it just keeps you on this little string, like they're the puppet master, and you're the weak, poor soul who has no control. Well, guess what? Didn't they abuse you enough? Didn't they steal enough from you already? When they stole from you, that was on them. When you give them any more of your mind space, any more of your time, any more of your thoughts, any more of your energy, that's on you. I'm not saying it to you to make you mad. What I'm saying it to you is to go, yeah, I'm not letting them take any more from me than they've taken already. Nothing they can say or do can control me. And you cut the strings. What's really funny is that once they do dance, puppet, dance, and you're not dancing and you're not responding as you used to respond, they see that they're powerless. They no longer have power over you, the same power they stole from you when they originally abused you. And you will feel so liberated. This is a gift you give yourself. Putting what they did in the past and taking over power and control again of yourself, your thoughts, your actions, and allowing yourself joy again. And remember, this doesn't mean, you know, we talk about forgiveness. Yes, you can forgive. Doesn't mean you have to forget. But when the lack of forgetting causes this, maybe you ought to let those thoughts go. So I want to just remind you, only you have control over your thoughts, your words, and your actions. All of us have had someone offend us, and I believe you. I've seen some terrible cases of things people have done. It rips me up. But when I can show my client, my friend, the person who happens to be talking to me, that you have power, you have control, you should see the transformations that are born out of that conversation. Liberate yourself. Don't give your abuser any more of you than he or she has already taken. Allow yourself this blessing and watch how far you can soar. You get that albatross off your back and you will see a new you that will do things you never thought you're capable of, that will succeed in areas that you never thought, that will help others. But just the weight off your shoulders will make you so happy. So if you like what I'm saying, you appreciate the concept, but you're not exactly sure how to do it, give me a call. I'll help walk you through this. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it takes a couple sessions. Sometimes it happens overnight. For some of you, it may happen right now with this video. But if not, let me help you. You're not in this alone. We're in this together. There's a whole community out there that wants to help you lose your anger, lose your frustration, and help you cut your strings. I'm one of those people. God bless.